And I know a lot of people just say meatloaf. Well, this is a weeknight, and we're on a budget. We can't be, I don't know about you, but I was at my Costco this morning and picked up some ground beef. And this is a big package. We'll get several meals out of this. It's about 5.5 pounds, $3.69 a pound. So you do the math, but I was looking, and I mean, sirloin was over $10 a pound. It was $11.99 a pound. Ribeye was $19.99 a pound. So insane. So we eat a lot of chicken and some ground beef around here, some pork, and every once in a while we'll enjoy a steak, but maybe not if these prices don't come down. So stay tuned for meatloaf. Okay, I've now chopped up the onions and some peppers. I'm using some orange peppers. You can use red, you can use green, or you can omit the peppers, but please don't omit the onions. Onions are definitely needed in here. We do this sometimes without the peppers when we don't have it. And I have a big bowl. And we'll just start with some of the beef. We're using pure beef today. We occasionally mix a little bit of a good quality ground pork in with it. Today it's just going to be a pure beef meatloaf, which I just dropped a few pieces here on the board. I'll make sure I sterilize this whole thing after. Probably about half, maybe about half. It's going to be a pretty big meatloaf. Okay, so we got the meat in there. I'm just going to dump in the peppers and the onions. No need to saute them. They'll cook inside of the oven when we're doing this. Okay. Now sometimes I use fresh breadcrumbs. Today I'm using some panko breadcrumbs, already pre-done up, and some plain breadcrumbs, a little bit of butter. Sometimes I need to add a little bit more of these at the end, so we'll keep them set. Going to put in a little bit of pepper. I just opened up and just bought. I usually prefer fresh ground, but this is fresh. We'll use it this time. I'm going to put in some Worcestershire. Good bit of that. And we're going to put in a good bit of ketchup. Whatever ketchup you like. And dash of salt. Probably enough. I have these on because I'm going to get in here with my hands. And I'm going to need to go get my can opener, and I'm going to add this can of diced tomato and 2 eggs, and then I'm going to come back and show you me working this with my hands. Okay, I'm back. I added the eggs and the diced tomatoes. Now it's just a matter of getting it all mixed up. A lot easier doing this with your hands than it is with a spoon, but you want to use a spoon, that's fine. You can use your hands clean. It's a little better with this. I can just throw these away afterwards. I got a big box of these, so it makes life very easy. I'll still wash my hands. We'll get this all mixed up. And I'll tell you if I need a little bit more breadcrumbs or not if it's too wet. What we're going to do, just for simplicity, I'm using this pan today instead of a dish I have to wash. We're just going to start stacking this in here and forming it. Drop some again. I'm definitely the sloppy chef. Get it in here and we'll get it formed. Okay, now we're just going to kind of form it into a meatloaf. kind of good to leave a little room on the edges so the drippings and the fat can come out, and you can drip that off, spoon it out very easily around the edges. So there'll be plenty of room here in this pan. Get all that out. This is a pretty lean beef anyway. We'll get some fat drippings. And I'm going to top it with a little bit of breadcrumbs and then put it in the oven. Okay, I'm getting ready to put it into a preheated 400-degree oven. And with that timer, even though we're not cooking by time, probably take about an hour. I'll check it after about 50 minutes, but we're going to get an internal temperature of at least 155 to be well done. Well, I just took it out of the oven. Went a little over. I got busy doing something, but that's okay. It's meatloaf. Went about an hour and 10 minutes, and then I just took the internal temperature. It was 160 plus, about 165 in most places, 2 or 3 places. We'll let this rest a little bit. We're gonna have it with some sides, mashed potatoes, green beans. Gonna top this with a little bit more ketchup Worcestershire glaze, which you'll see at the end. And stay tuned, it'll be good. Okay, as an added bonus, I just finished instant potting the potatoes, 8 minutes. Of course, I had to cut the pressure. So just putting some half and half, some whole milk, and a little bit of salt and pepper. And I've already drained them, the excess water, because you cook these with just covered over with water. And then I'm just going to use an immersion and get them whipped up. You can do them lumpy or creamy. We like them more creamy, so it takes a little longer. But I'll show you to plate in a minute. And here's our finished product. Our meatloaf, our green beans, and our mashed potatoes for dinner tonight. I know it's delicious because I've eaten this often. It's kind of a thing we have a couple times a month. But